All right, go ahead. Tell us something about the family history.
What is the date? Okay. Or should I mention the date? This is the
It's
family.
more about seeing
This
and all.
is about the family reunion. And I'm Jeanetter Curtis Thomas. And I'm speaking in terms of Sam Thomas. My grandfather was Reuben Thomas. And my grandmother was Lottie Thomas. And I want to give some insight on their upbringing.
That's good.
But I'm going to tell you about Sam Thomas. Sam Thomas was a slave. His mother and father had gotten killed, and he lived with a man, his slave master, and he was 6 years old. When he got 12 years old, he traveled with his slave master. To go to town and take care of bookwork. And when he went to the farm, out in the fields to weigh the cotton and do the peanuts, Sam Thomas was his little running buddy, although he had 4 sons. They had their farm and everything, and they did their work, but the slave master taken Sam Thomas with him. He taught him how to read, he taught him how to figure, and when he would go to town, the lawyer would say, "Why do you carry this little nigger boy everywhere you go?" And he says, "Well, he might be a nigger boy to you, but he's my son."
Okay.
And he, at 6 and 7 years old, Sam Thomas didn't have to go with him to the peanut mill or to the cotton mill. He would put the wagon and have the slaves to put everything on there, and he would get on the highway and take it to the cotton, for them to take it off and everything. And said that when he come back, he had his receipt, and he would give it to his slave master.
Okay.
So the slave master had 4 sons. And they was grown and didn't think anything about this little nigger boy and until father got ill. But before he got ill, he had gave Sam Thomas a can. And at the woodshed, you had a woodshed behind the barn. And he told him to dig a hole. And he said, "Now you put this in there. Cover it up, put the wood over the top of it. And if anything ever happened to me, I want you to take that wood shed and take it down and go down the road, get on the bus, and go to Dothan, Alabama, and go to the lawyer's office because he knows you."
Okay.
And that's what he did. And his sons didn't know this. So after he did that, the lawyer was shocked. And he says, "Well, okay, I want you to stay here because you got to sign some papers." And everything. He was able to sign his name where his slave master was.
Okay.
And because he had been seeing him when he'd go there with him. And then the lawyer was able to fight for him. He fought for him. He made a lot of enemies. But he said that this kid, he meant for him to have some of that land.
Okay.
And when the sons, they went to the lawyer and they raised all the hell. So, but anyway, the sons got mad, and they wanted to attack him, the Thomases. Well, Sam Thomas was living, but he was like a slave. Okay, Sam Thomas had 4 sons. Remember Reuben and all of them? He had 4 sons. He had some brothers, and they was the type of brothers that were slaves, but they didn't act like slaves because they could read and write. And they, on Sundays, they had a buggy. Sam Thomas had horses and buggies, you know.
Okay.
And he bought all of this before he was 21 years old.
Wow.
But he was smart enough to let his family come work for him and the land that he had. So when this man's sons came to run them off of the land, ambush came up. Sam Thomas has got his brothers, the Thomases, and they heard about it. But by him being a slave boy, he would go in the kitchen, and the people that were slaves, the cooks and all like that, they would tell him what's going on. He was,
Okay.
and everything. So the cook told him that they was going to ambush them.
Okay.
So they got together to Thomas, and hid in trees, little bushes. Because you come off the highway and you're going down this dirt road where that was the big house, and then down below there was the land. And he had done told them, and the Thomases had an ambush, and they never did say who was killed and who wasn't. They drug them down to the creek. So that was a hush-hush thing. I ain't going no further, my grandmother said. But the next day, these 4 men didn't say anything, didn't report it, didn't call the police or anything.
Wow.
Because them slaves had done gone crazy. And they was Thomas.